Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am presenting Zig Ziglar's Secrets of Closing the Sale. If you are a marketeer or a salesperson looking to brush up your sales skills, or if you are a fresher looking to start your career as a salesperson, you are in the right place. When it comes to sales and business, we always want to learn the latest techniques. Why? Because in our society, for some reason, new equals best. But that's not always true. I was surprised that in this book by Zig Ziglar, it is actually better in many ways than the new sales books. As they say, old is gold. Coming to the author, the late Zig Ziglar was a motivational speaker, teacher and sales trainer. Mr. Ziglar wrote over 30 celebrated books on personal growth, leadership, sales, faith, family and success, including Born to Win, See You at the Top, Developing the Qualities of Success, Raising the Positive Kids in a Negative World, Top Performance, Courtship After Marriage, Over the Top, and Secrets of Closing the Sale were the topmost books of all time. He is an idol and sales guru for many sales professionals. So without further ado, let's get into the key takeaways of Secrets of Closing the Sale. I'll try to cover the entire book in 6 parts from what I have learned from this book. There are 5 basic reasons why customers refuse to buy. 1. No need. Customers do not need that product or service. 2nd. No money. 3rd. No motivation to buy. 4th. No desire. And finally, no trust. If you manage to handle these reasons, you will get your deals. One of those 5 reasons why customers don't buy is that there is no need. But customers themselves sometimes don't know what their own needs are. And money. Maybe that the customer does not have enough money to buy your product. But it may be lie. The real reason is not lack of money, because customers don't want to own the product. The third reason customers don't buy a product is because they don't feel the need to make a purchase right away. The most difficult task for a salesperson is to get the customer interested enough to make a buying decision right at the moment you are persuading them. The most obvious reason why customers don't buy your product is when they don't believe you, even if they don't say it, but if they think or feel so. Building trust and professional ethics are therefore essential, especially in sales. Throughout his life, Zig Ziglar developed a variety of time-tested selling techniques to deal with and manage these reasons based on honesty, enthusiasm, and empathy. If a salesperson possesses these skills, he is on his way to success. So, takeaway number 1. Help customers win. You create the image of a friend and a consultant, always helping your customers choose the right product and then making them happy with that choice. After each sale, you not only have one more customer but also one more friend. Your first order is trust. Try to get that out. Customers often do not like making decisions. They are always in a state of hesitation. That's when the salesperson plays his role as a consultant. Put yourself in the buyer's shoes. If you understand how your customers think and feel, you will definitely sell more products because then you can better meet their needs. You must always have absolute confidence in your future success. When dealing with the customer problems, trust and credibility are a solid foundation for you. Selling is about conveying emotions. If a salesperson can make customers feel about their products the way they feel about them, customers will definitely agree to buy. To become a professional salesperson, you must be dedicated to your product. This is because customers will be convinced by your belief more than any evidence you give to advertise the product's use. Next, takeaway number 2. Build optimism. You should not only believe in the product but also believe in the company you represent. Building a reputation for the company will add you credibility in your sales career. Choose a product or service that you believe can solve human problems, and with the dedications you will become a professional salesman. To get what you want, you need to change your behavior. Before you change your behavior, you must change the way you think, and before you change the way you think, you must change the people that affect your thinking. If you are truly passionate about sales, you must begin to build a true self-image. Thus, you are not building your own career, but you are building people's trust. After all, it is they who create your career. You need to show your enthusiasm not only to the first customer, but to the last customer of the day. Every customer deserves the best service. Therefore, you must try to get used to the ability to work at a high intensity. Therefore, health is an important factor. In addition to regular exercise, you need to follow nutritious and balanced diet and get enough sleep. Gaining the necessary knowledge to maintain a good appearance will enhance the effectiveness of meetings with clients. A great salesperson is one who balances the body, mind, and spirit. Firstly, a good salesperson must be kind and intuitive, able to be a house of buying advice. It's the small things that makes a big difference in sales. Clean polished shoes, a clean suit, proper makeup, freshness, good manners, knowing how to say thank you and sincerely. All of these things show your confidence to customers. And one more significant point is voice modulation. You must learn how to change your intonation to make your voice more expressive. This is because in addition to listening, you need to know how to speak and how to speak well. Moving on, number 3, assume success. I noticed one common theme in many of the closes shared by Zig Ziglar. That theme is assuming the prospect has already bought your product or service. When you have the positive expectation that they will buy, it is more natural for them to say yes. Customer always expects salespeople to be able to truly become a reliable source of information, always answering their questions immediately, giving them wise opinions and giving them positive feedback, due diligence on the product. A salesperson who knows how to build a good relationship and provide the best customer service, whether it is piece of advice, product information or a personal opinion, will certainly help. Fully trusted by its customers. You should always research more carefully, give more detailed presentations and have a deeper knowledge of the product. Know what to do, where and when. Listen to your customers and discover their essential needs. Carefully choose the best words and phrase, explanations and expressions for your presentation. The general rule of a salespeople is to find what customer wants and help them get it. With that, your confidence will be so strong that the customer feels convinced. In today's competitive environment, you must constantly remind your customers and always take care of their needs. On holidays, New Year's, birthdays, on other special occasions, you can send each of your customers a greeting card. During the sales process, you need to clearly visualize, memorize and practice over and over exactly what you want to say. Also, you need to anticipate their response, seeing them nod and then seeing their faces as they become excited after receiving information about the product. The tone, the words, the phrases all point towards the same goal. That's the assumption tactic. In order to practice asking questions, you need to record the questions you already know. Listen carefully and adjust your tone. Find ways to talk to good salespeople. Build a library of books about sales. When you hear a good and effective sales question, you should write it down in your notebook. Next, takeaway number 4. Agree with objections. The most effective trick to get customers out of these rigid thoughts is to agree with them instead of forever convincing them to buy. Remember that customers are only rejecting your offer to buy, not you personally. Every time a customer makes an objection, it means they are interested in your product or service. There are many different types of customers, so there are many types of objections. So when customers raise objections, you should be happy instead of disappointment or discouraged. There are objections you may not care about, but if customers repeats it second time, then make sure it is very important to them. The best time to deal with objection is before they arise. Anticipate the objections you may face and address them in the progress. You could record the presentation, listen back and analyze any points that are unclear, long, confusing or even omit some key points. When a customer is watching a show or a demo how to use your product, if he still has a lot of objections, encourage him to try the product. Some of the most common types of customers you encounter are those who are your opposite. But you must remember, the salesperson goal is not to beat the customer, but to convince them, to make them feel that they'll be happier and happier when they buy your product. You should not talk constantly and force the customers to listen. The best way to make successful sale is to give the customers a chance to speak with you. In the process, you will encounter many types of customers. The most common types are: first, confident customers. When dealing with this type of customer, you just need to be frank and open. Tell funny stories and your chances of selling will increase because they love and trust you. Although it is easy to persuade, they do not want to be pushed and pressured. Second, skeptical customers. They never believe that there are always good people and always think that someone wants to play with them. They are also conservative. Do not argue with them them or completely refute what they say. Once they have flowed, they will notice that you are listening and really care. Then you should politely say, I'm so glad you talked about it. I'm also talking about this and we are indeed working towards the same goal. I'm happy for that, sir. Next, the customer is hostile. Maybe this customer has been exploited or cheated by salespeople in the past, or the previous salespeople simply did not pay attention to their complaints. Listen to what they have to say and reply. I can understand how you feel right now, as I have met many customers who feel the same way. When listening to you, it seems that the most honest and open people are also willing to listen to other people's opinions and explanations. I am very pleased that you have expressed your concerns with such an open mind. Fourth, indecisive customers. Probably the least happy of all types. He always hesitates before everything, especially for big deals. You help them regain their confidence. Show empathy for them. Put yourself in their place. Let them know you are always there to support them with all your heart. You convince them to buy your product firmly but not harshly. In short, what kind of person is your customer? They all want to be the right person and want to be understood and appreciated by others. Our goal is to meet their needs so that they become our real customers. You have to remember, your job is to sell, not answer every objection. In fact, customers are very rarely completely satisfied with everything related to your product. There are objections that you cannot resolve. As long as they don't say no directly, you still have a chance to make a sale. Next, number 5. Talk value, not cost. When a customer refuses and says, I don't have enough money, that means they don't believe your product is worth the price. At that time, you cannot suddenly change or lower the price of your product, but you can quickly change its value by providing more information about your product. This builds trust and an atmosphere of open dialogue between the client and you. Demonstrate the cost of not buying the product. If the customer doesn't have the product, what will he lose? Let them see how much it costs them not to have your product or how much they are paying not having it. Break the price into small segments and show the value of each bit. Whatever the difference is, split it across the lifetime of the product and divide by the number of times you will use it. This will enable you to show the prospect how small it is on a unit basis. And most importantly, many people prefer to hear the word investment rather than purchase or expenditure. Use it always. It is the best investment. What if he still says it's too expensive? Then agree, as good things aren't cheap and cheap things aren't great. Final takeaway is serve generously. A bit of humor can work wonders. Stories are most effective way for you to convince your customers to make good purchase by using the influence of a third party. Take advantage of common sense. Add a specialized knowledge. Add a little philosophy and you will see different results. People don't buy for logical reasons. They buy for emotional reasons. So that's it about this book. Learn as much as you can about your prospects and capitalize that information. Ask questions to identify the problem and lead the prospect to a decision. Find out what he needs to solve his problem and show him how he can solve his problem with your product. Most important point, if you lost any deal, find out the reason before leaving or moving to next deal and improve upon. This week I would recommend The Magic of the Lost Temple by Sudha Murthy. Although it is the story of a small kid living in the granny's house during the summer holidays and was written for children. I'm sure if you are a book lover, you will enjoy the inspirational protagonist character of Nooni and her adventure in the village. Go and grab this book if you are a beginner. The language is very simple and it is intended for all audiences. So that's it for today. See you in my next video.